Welcome to Malaysia. Alive with progress and possibility, Malaysia is a growling Asian tiger. A fascinating triad of Chinese, Indian and Malay influence have molded its culture. Together, they give the distinct color and flavor that make up the vibrant character of Malaysia. Malaysia's history includes settlers from China and India, with colonizers from the British Isles and Portuguese Peninsula. Remnants of the country's past can be seen in the daily lives of its people. No city personifies this symbiosis more than Kuala Lumpur. Widely known as KL, it intermingles colonial influence with Malay ethos through its architecture, its cuisine, and its people. The metropolis is a growing forest of skyscrapers, creating one of the most majestic skylines in Asia. The brilliant garden city of lights. This is Kuala Lumpur.
Welcome to Malaysia!
Travel to Kuala Lumpur has eased over the years. As one of Asia's booming business centers, numerous flights depart for KL from all corners of the globe. Upon arrival, a visitor's first impression is an immediate appreciation of the city's organization. The Kuala Lumpur International Airport, situated 75 kilometers away from the city proper, makes simply getting to Kuala Lumpur the first part of the adventure. Taxis and buses are at one's disposal upon arrival, but the preferred mode of transfer are the KLIA Transit and the KLIA Express, two transit trains that allow travelers rapid transfers into the city. Getting around Malaysia is quick and easy. 6 railways crisscross the peninsula, and various areas around Kuala Lumpur are easily accessible through the efficient transit systems. Seeing Kuala Lumpur for the first time, one cannot help but stand in awe of the 2 architectural marvels that dominate the city's skyline. The pineapple-shaped structure is the Menara Kuala Lumpur, also known as the KL Tower. A trip to its observation deck is the perfect way to get your bearings before exploring the city. Iranian mirror designs known as mukarnas greet you as you enter the tower. Symbolic of the 7 layers of the sky, the mukarnas is a fitting design that complements the tower's lofty height, which make it a favorite site for annual base jumping events. The Menara, which means tower in Malay, offers visitors a sublime panorama of Kuala Lumpur and an excellent view of the skyline's most dominant feature. Pushing its way through the clouds are the Petronas Twin Towers. It sits at the heart of the Golden Triangle, Kuala Lumpur City Centre, or KLCC. The Petronas is more than mere infrastructure. It is a work of art, born of the simple human need to create something great. The sun's rays glint off the exterior as if absorbed by the steel. The steel frames encasing the towers are complemented by laminated tinted glass, specifically designed to screen out ultraviolet rays. A unique double-deck skybridge connecting the 2 towers at the 41st and the 42nd levels is open to the public, accessible in 37 seconds by the fastest elevator in the world. Be sure to get to the Petronas early in the day, as the skybridge is an intensely popular tourist spot. Seeing the rivets, joints, and overhang up close from the vantage point of the skybridge, one can truly appreciate the engineering brilliance that went into its construction. The tower's design is reminiscent of Islamic architecture, but molded to suit the demands of modern construction. A Kuala Lumpur night is brought to life by its lights, a spectacular beacon for city dwellers. For those who lose themselves exploring KL's streets, simply looking for the familiar gleam of the Petronas will be sure to set you back on the right track. Closer to the ground but no less as imposing as its towering brethren, the National Mosque is a modern expression of an age-old faith. Devout Muslims flock daily to congregate under its umbrella-like roof, a striking feature contrasting with its pristine white walls. Visitors must always remember to cover their heads and sport decent attire upon entering the mosque. Opposite the mosque is the old railway headquarters. Although this beautiful Moorish-style building has undergone extensive renovations, it has retained much of its charm. Both the National Mosque and the railway headquarters are located within an area known as the Lake Gardens. There is a place in Kuala Lumpur where a tourist can hit 3 birds with 1 stone. Merdeka Square in downtown KL is flanked by places of interest. The Royal Selangor Club sits across the grassy expanse of the square, a watering hole for KL's elite. The world's tallest flagpole can also be found here, a 100-meter testament to Malaysia's independence. The Sultan Abdul building is by far the most impressive structure in the Merdeka Square. With its ecru walls and Moorish European architecture topped by copper domes and a 130-meter clock tower. For a quick culture fix, head to the National Museum and take in the mosaic adorning its outer wall. Dates on the right panels of the mosaic trace the evolution of Malaysia from the arrival of the Ming Dynasty in 1409 to the lowering of the Union Jack in 1957, signaling the independence of Malaysia from British rule. The left panels of the Grand Mosaic depict the pastimes of the locals, with key cultural elements like batik, ceramics, kites, silverware, and shadow puppets. A replica of a steam locomotive rests at the mouth of the entrance, a reminder of Malaysia's western occupants. Standing guard a few paces away are totem poles from the province of Sarawak in eastern Malaysia. Malay grave markers from the 15th century, known as Batu Caves, lie alongside the totem poles, used in the past to embellish the graves of royal Malay families. Flat stones were reserved for women, while rounded ones adorned the graves of men. A popular site for photographs is the Istana Negara, the official residence of the King of Malaysia. Although real governing power rests with the parliament, the royal family maintains a highly respected position in Malay society. Malaysia is a constitutional monarchy with 9 sultanates throughout the country. Every 5 years, the sultans meet to vote for a supreme ruler who will reign as the Sultan of Malaysia until the end of the 5-year term. Privileges include residence within the Istana Negara and the round-the-clock protection by the royal guards. Guards and horsemen at the gate switch every hour. Catching them during the exchange is a good photo opportunity. Tourists hungry for more information should pay a visit to the Malaysia Tourism Information Center. Hospitable employees cater to the queries of tourists. Cultural shows are also often staged in the mini auditorium. Energetic renditions showcasing the various facets of Malaysia, from brightly colored costumes to flurried dances taken from ethnic groups around Malaysia. Just 13 kilometers out of the city proper lies a haven for Hindu worshippers, carved into a mountain. Easily accessible by a 30-minute bus ride, the Batu Caves are dedicated to the Hindu god Subramanya. It is said that each step taken relieves one of sin, and if such is true, then the need for absolution is the perfect fuel for the 272-step ascent. Monkeys roam freely alongside tourists. Although accustomed to people, these animals are nevertheless untamed. Pointing a camera too close for their comfort is sure to incite an annoyed reaction. Upon reaching the mouth of the cave, your eyes cannot help but stare at the statue of Subramanya beckoning you to enter, even as your nose wrinkles at the mild scent of Batman. Natural limestone walls provide the backdrop for the shrine within. The water drips endlessly from the stalactites as devout Hindus and curious tourists take in the secrets of the cave. Smoke from a flame pit adds an ethereal touch to the mystic caves, a sign of respect to the gods within. A Kuala Lumpur experience doesn't end with sightseeing. Purchasing power is a plus for visitors to KL. For ethnic delights, the craft complex in Jalan Conlay is a one-stop shop for Malaysian handicrafts from surrounding provinces. Numerous curios line the shops of the complex, such as pottery and silverwork. Keep an eye out for ribu-ribu or woven rattan, such as these baskets used by fishermen to capture their prey. A budget-friendly option for shoppers is Chinatown in Petaling Street. Vendors spread their wares out daily, a veritable feast for the eyes and a temptation for the wallet. The combined noise of the crowd and the vendors, coupled with the alfresco environment, is all part of the charm that makes the night market an experience. The central market offers similar commodities, minus the alfresco feel. The shops are ensconced within an Art Deco structure. Numerous delights await the tourists on the prowl for good finds, from clothing, crafts, and a smorgasbord of novelty items. Nearby establishments also echo this architectural style. Vintage morphing to suit the contemporary. More upscale items can be found at the Surya KLCC, Kuala Lumpur's premier shopping destination. Adjacent to the Petronas Towers, it houses a wide selection of goods and services. A perfect stop for fashion-forward visitors and gourmands. Palates clamoring for a taste of authentic Malay will surely be in for a fiery treat. Greatly influenced by long-ago traders from neighboring countries, the cuisine has evolved into a world of spicy flavor. Malaysian food is an adventure that must be embarked upon in order to truly experience the culture. It is the embodiment of all the country's past influences, a journey into history through aroma and taste. The fire of Indonesian cuisine has wafted into Malaysian delicacies, joining the Chinese and Indian taste that had embedded itself years past. Like many Asian countries, rice is a staple in every meal. Eating meals with your fingers is an acceptable practice and often makes for a more enjoyable experience. The number of places to wine and dine in Kuala Lumpur can be bewildering to a newcomer. Thankfully, you're ensured of a flavorful meal whether you choose to eat at a top-notch place like 39 Restaurant or a relatively unknown establishment tucked away in the little jalans of KL. Certain areas of Kuala Lumpur have survived renovation. Enterprising individuals have transformed residential quarters into quaint eating establishments. Their architectural charm and welcoming interior is complemented by the delicious meals served. Oftentimes, these diamonds in the rough create the most scrumptious of dishes. Kuala Lumpur is filled with a certain air of excitement at nightfall. The bright lights of the evening skyline rival that of the stars. The shine of the moon is replaced by the brilliance of the Petronas Towers, a lighthouse in the center of a metropolitan sea. Tourists and locals congregate in relaxed unison in the city's numerous watering holes. The most popular areas for unwinding are Bukit Bintang and Bangsar, both of which are easily accessible within Kuala Lumpur. Bars and restaurants line the streets, with an interesting mix of foreign and local patrons. The area is dotted with an assortment of delicious and affordable goods to cap off the night. Day or night, Kuala Lumpur never fails to draw a visitor in. With a culture molded by foreign influence, KL has nevertheless borne an identity all its own, personified by its people and proven by its frenetic development as one of Asia's emerging tigers. Fascinating food fairs, hospitable people, and architectural marvels. This brilliant garden city of lights romances you, leaving you immersed in its culture, enthralled by its magic, and in love with its entirety.